Sorry about this, guys. Just have to unlock my club, you know, as one does. Hey guys, it's Sadie, and today I'm going to be filming a drive with me video. I'm literally just gonna drive around, talk about some things. I don't know if I have any errands to do. I feel like I do have errands to do, but they're not like shopping errands. Like they're like calls and making appointments and stuff. I actually screenshotted a ton of your things that you guys kind of wanted me to talk about. Let's just get going. Let's just get driving. Should I turn around? Okay, I'm gonna drive. We're officially off, okay. I actually tried to film this video yesterday when I was driving to Toronto because we went to a movie screening and it's for the movie No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence. It was amazing. Oh, there's someone watching me film. Hey guys. It was the funniest movie ever. Like anything Jennifer Lawrence is in, I feel like is really, really good. The comedic timing and the delivery of all of the jokes and all of the lines was perfect. Like the whole audience was crying laughing at some points. I brought Liv, Shar, and Meg, so they all just loved it. That is why I was in Toronto and I was wearing these really shiny pink pants from Dynamite. I'm so excited. I'm gonna probably edit those photos today actually. I have a midterm on Monday. Oh, that's a car. Like, I'm just kind of wondering how vlog tripods are legal, because I'm like, isn't this so not good? Honestly, it's like, you would rather have a car tripod than like people literally holding their camera and vlogging. I just can't believe I'm allowed to do this. Okay, anyways, let's get to talking about some things. Someone asked me to talk about my future plans and my goals, short-term and long-term. This is such a sweet question. Like, when people ask me what my goals are, I think that is so wholesome. And I love asking people this. Like, I always ask people what are their goals, what are their dreams, what do they love to do, what gets them inspired. I love hearing people's answers. Okay, I definitely don't have a dream job in mind. I don't have a vision of what I want my life to look like timeline-wise, career-wise, which I kind of like, because if I had all of these specific goals, it would be so much easier to be disappointed in myself if it doesn't happen that exact way. But I do know certain things that I want to do with my life, not quantifiable goals or like very measurable ones to like take off of a list. I know that I want to have a business that helps people in their life stay inspired, stay motivated, stay productive. I want to have a wellness brand or like a lifestyle brand that just has products and services. Like I would love to have a whole brand centered around wellness, health, positive thinking, productivity, goal setting, motivation. I feel like I can probably grow Actualizer to be something like this. I would start with having planners and journals. I would probably branch off into physical planning products, skincare and essential oil and all of those type of things. I would also have services like life coaches, therapists, manifestation coaches, and not people that are going to like stuff like, oh, I'm getting waved through. Okay. Not people that are just going to like prescribe something if you need help. Holistic, naturopathic doctors and psychologists that genuinely help people work through issues and fix them long term. A brand that does it all. I don't need to be self-employed. Like that is not a full goal for me. I think you can be so successful, so happy, and have an amazing work-life balance by having a boss and by having a 9-to-5. But I do want to be like financially independent. Like I don't want to depend on anyone for anything. I want to have a good work-life balance. Grind culture, I feel like, has conditioned society to make people feel like if you are not working the absolute most amount of hours that you can, you're lazy. It's like, what? Your whole life is not about work. I think work-life balance is so much more impressive than someone that spends their whole life working. And that's something that I've had to learn because I've become so burnt out with social media so many times that now I value work-life balance so much. So I think that's also one of my big goals, is to have a good work-life balance. I feel like I will always be doing social media. Also, like I can't really see a time in my life where I'm just going to stop social media altogether. I can't see myself doing that. Like even the break that I took when I was in school, I don't regret doing that break because it was for my mental health. I don't know what would have happened if I didn't take that break just for doing a full course load, and me being like a perfectionist and everything, I needed my videos to be perfect. I needed to get perfect grades. I needed to have a perfect social life, and I was trying to balance everything and it just was not physically possible. So I don't regret that break that I took, but I also am fine with having a job that's social media that doesn't really have a start and end time. You just kind of are always working, and especially when you go on vacation, when it's supposed to be vacation time, you're working even more because you want to show everyone what's going on. I would still be okay with doing a self-employed kind of job like that, but I would also be okay with having a regular 9-to-5 job and then also doing social media on the side. Like, I don't know, like, I'm way more open than what I used to be. I was like, I have to do this, I have to be self-employed, I have to have my own business, I have to be a social media influencer. Like, I had all of these things that I had to do, and I was like, bro, why does it have to be like that? And I feel like I was only picking that because that's what everyone else seemed to want. And I was like, do I even want that? Side tangent. Oh, I'm already like yelling. I've always had this feeling in my gut, and whenever I go to influencer events and meet other influencers, I've always had this feeling that I'm just, this is gonna sound so pick-me. Oh my gosh. Oh, and that's a dead end. That is in fact a dead end. I've always known that I am a very different type of influencer than a lot of influencers. I know that sounds so pick me. It's like, I'm not like other girls. I'm trying to say my intentions with my YouTube channel, I feel like we're so different, and my goals with my YouTube channel are so different than other people, especially girls my age and in my niche category. I started making videos for myself. It went with my perfectionist mindset of I could literally create this entire video myself and make it exactly what I want, and no one can say anything about it. Like, I can make it so aesthetically pleasing, I can make it 2 minutes long and so cute. Like, I had total creative freedom over everything. I started losing passion for social media once managers started getting involved, once it became more of a business. I was getting told that I was supposed to diversify my income, I was supposed to make merch, I am supposed to make my videos this length and say this thing at this timestamp. Everything just became about business and numbers, and that's when I started to not like it, and I was like, that is not why I made a YouTube channel. And I also, this is gonna sound probably really weird, but I also did not make a YouTube channel to be able to network and collab with other YouTubers. That has never been a goal. I just feel like influencer events are so fake because you guys would never be all talking and in that same room and going to that same event if it wasn't organized by a brand or like management teams. It just seems so fake to me, and I'm like, am I the only one that is realizing this? I just feel it's so business motivated that I can't do it, and that's why I like barely collabed with anyone. I literally just don't have an interest in that because the reason why I made my channel was to just make videos. Like, that's all I want to do. Oh, and also, I don't have a manager anymore. My managers were amazing managers for the business mindset. Like, if I wanted to make money, they were amazing at doing that. Like, this is nothing against my management, but now that I am my own manager and I answer my own emails and I have total creative freedom about everything about my social medias, I like it a lot more, and it feels so much more genuine, and I'm not being forced to do anything. You're welcome for that super short answer. I just kept it at a few words, just a few syllables, and we're done. How do you deal with being insecure? Okay. This is what I realized recently. Everyone is going to have a different experience with you, and they're going to see you from different angles. They're all going to have a different perspective on who you are, what you look like, what your personality is, everything. They're coming from their own life experiences, their own perspective. The only thing that you can ever control is your character and how you act and your beliefs, your morals, all of that inner stuff. So when it comes to people judging you and you feeling insecure about people thinking that you're not attractive or that your style is weird or that you're not successful, you could literally be the most successful person on earth, and they could not see you like that just because of their own perspective. So it is so much wasted energy trying to convince people of what you want them to think that you are. You have no idea what they're thinking. They could be so insecure today too that they're not even looking at you. There are so many different ways to talk yourself into thinking that everyone is always thinking the worst. Either way, you're never going to change their mind, and if you are spending your whole life trying to change people's minds about you, you're going to regret that so much. So that's like my new insecurity defeating mindset. I'm trying to like still talk myself into that, but I'm trying to train my mind to think like that. Oh my gosh, yes! He let me through again! King. Hardest thing I've had to overcome. Oh, that's a good one. I would say imposter syndrome, people pleaser stuff. I've talked about this so much, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing again, but like living life more for myself instead of trying to please other people. Life isn't about getting everyone to like you, which kind of goes hand in hand with what I just said, but that has been my biggest downfall in my career and everything. Also, the people that you surround yourself with. Okay, what am I doing? Like, I don't drive like that. The people that you choose to surround yourself with, and especially every single day, have such an effect on your life. And for me, in elementary school and even in high school, I had a lot of people that were probably jealous of my social media success. And so they were always projecting and competing and trying to dismiss all of my accomplishments and make fun of me in front of my friends. I believe that that made me lose passion for my job. At that time, then my views started going down. I wanted to upload less. And I'm like, what position would I be in right now if I had supportive friends? Would I not have gotten burnt out? I'm just thinking about the effect that they had on me and how much it affected my life. Like, it affected my income. It affected the path that I was going to take in school and in my career. Like, it had such a big effect on me. That is a really good reminder to just see who you're surrounding yourself with. My favorite musical. Oh my gosh, I don't know. My favorite musical ever? Les Mis. I can't even express how amazing that is. It makes me cry, so I can't watch it too often because I will cry and I will be messed up. So I can't watch it that often, but it's amazing. La La Land, one of my favorite movies and obviously musicals ever. West Side Story is probably like one of my favorites. Yeah, actually West Side Story. Yeah. I haven't watched the new one yet. I literally just realized that. I have to get on that. Oh, Grease. Grease, duh. Oh my, am I okay? I don't even know why I didn't say that first. I made Evan watch it like literally 3 weeks into meeting him. So, favorite date idea. This is going to be personal for me. Oh god. I mean, when you're with a person that you actually like and you are like compatible for each other, I feel like you could literally just sit down on the floor and like be entertained for hours. So honestly, just like chilling and hanging with Evan is just fun. Like, just literally doing absolutely nothing. But I would say for an actual date, cute walks. I don't really like going on walks by myself, but maybe it's just because I'm scared of people. Like, I'm just scared being a girl walking alone. I don't know. Going on walks together in a pretty area, like if there's like water around or a little downtown area. Also, I love coffee dates. Like, just sitting down at a coffee shop and talking is amazing. I feel like that's a love language. That's literally my love language. Oh, I love going to the movie theater, which is actually, I feel, not very common. The movie theater is such a safe place for me. I don't know why. I just love being all cozy in a little sweat set, watching a movie and just chilling. Also, drive-ins. Yes. Bowling is always fun. And I feel like that's a really good first date thing because you're doing an activity. You can also like talk a lot, like get to know each other more, but it's not like that much pressure. I do like dinner dates, but I feel like that would probably be one of my least favorite types of dates. I actually have a whole bucket list of things that Evan and I want to do, and I think we're like halfway done that. Oh, cooking together, going out and buying the ingredients together and then chefing it up. Oh, that is such a nice neighborhood. Maybe I should go for like hot girl walks. Will I be getting any more piercings or tattoos? Fun fact, you know how I used to have a flat piercing and a helix piercing? So the flat piercing actually got infected and it was getting swollen around the piercing. So I was like, I need to take this out. I would clean it so much, it would not work, it would not go down. So I took it out for literally 2 days and it grew over. It literally grew over. I can't put an earring back in and that's like $100 down the drain. I'm gonna get it re-pierced because I miss this piercing so much. I feel like it balanced out my ears so well. I don't think this is actually going to happen, but I was talking about getting a tattoo with Liv, and the only tattoo I would ever see myself getting is something that has to do with diabetes, because I feel like that's the only thing that's going to stick with me for the rest of my life. I would probably get my sister to design it or something. My mom sent me this article after I told her that. She was like, there are tattoos that change color when your blood sugar is low or high. If you have a low blood sugar, it'll turn purple or something. I think it's just being tested right now, so it's in like testing stages. But imagine me having a color changing tattoo. But I don't think I'm actually gonna get that. I don't think I'll really ever get a tattoo. It would have to be so small and insignificant that you could like barely even see it. But I will be getting more ear piercings. The next question is, how do I get my diabetes under control? Like, what is my biggest tip? Whenever I want to get my blood sugars more under control, I always go back to my diet. You can make it so much easier on yourself if you change your diet and eat not processed foods and not sugary foods, not eating at certain times and keeping a nice schedule, making sure that you're eating fiber, protein, getting your vegetables in, having balanced meals, not eating super high glycemic index things. I don't have a carb with every meal that I eat. I just barely have spikes. And then if I don't have spikes, then I'm not overcorrecting and I'm not going low. So definitely the diet. Is driving scary, or do I get anxious when I'm driving? I actually don't get anxious driving at all. And I think the reason for that is just because I've driven so much. I've had to drive on the highway, hour-long drive so many times. Like, that is the only way you can get comfortable driving, is just doing it over and over and over. And I started learning right when I got my permit because I didn't want to feel trapped and not able to drive myself anywhere. What problem did I have with my car? It got stolen from my parking garage at my uni apartment, and then it got found at a drug house, and it had some problems with it, and so I got those fixed, and I did have insurance. But yeah, long story short, got stolen and then found with a lot of scary stuff inside. How am I feeling about university year 2? I am so excited. I'm actually more excited for this year than I was my first year, I feel like, because now I know what to expect. I have so many more friends. I'm living with roommates, and Evan is living in a different house with all of his friends. Like, I am so excited. I hope the classes will be a little bit less boring, but honestly not expecting too much in that area. I'm also going to be uploading way more than I did last year. Like, I am so motivated, and I actually am going to be taking 5 classes each term, so don't know if I'll be able to be uploading every single week, but we'll definitely be uploading way more than I was last semester. I've passed this same road guy like 6 times. Like, he's like, do you know where you're going? One of the challenges that I've been going through lately is figuring out how to get everything that I need to done for my job and for school before the weekend or before I have plans to hang out with people, just because I live so far away from Liv and Ellie and Waterloo and Evan. When we hang out, we want to make it worthwhile and like have them sleep over or me sleep over there, so it's like 2 days gone out of my week rather than just meeting up for coffee and then leaving and not having a huge commute. It's just been hard for me to take 2 days off of work. Like, I literally have to take 2 full days off when I sleep over there or they sleep over here, because I don't want to be working the whole time that they're here. I'm also really lucky because they are totally fine with me editing when they're here. They even offer to like help me get stuff done, which is amazing. That's just been hard for me to figure out because I feel like I'm doing like a whole video in like 2 days. I would say life is going pretty well for me. I also just did a photo shoot for Julia's brand, Allura Lounge, and I got to keep the set. I got to keep the set. It is literally the most plushy fabric you've ever felt. It's amazing, and Julia and Spencer are amazing, and it was so fun. We're basically just like dancing around this studio that she rented out, and being around them just makes me feel so motivated because they are so successful and so driven and positive and optimistic that it makes me want to do the same and work really hard. But it's not toxic. Like, it's not a competitive environment, which I value so much. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video. I wanted to include, I'm in a tunnel, sorry. I wanted to include song recommendations, but I will get copyrighted, and YouTube is being so stingy with their copyright. Like, I used to be able to play like 10 seconds of a song and not get copyrighted, but now I can't. I might do it on Instagram though. Like, I might make a separate reel because I don't really care if I get copyrighted on Instagram. Oh, I also have to film a reel. I think I'm gonna pull over somewhere and film that. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this drive with me. This feels so nostalgic. I feel like I used to do these when I just got my car, and so I would film these all the time. I love doing them, so maybe we can make this like a monthly or like more frequent thing, because it's a really good thing for life updates, and it's not just me sitting down talking. Like, we can also get coffee, we can run errands, I could have guests in my car, literally make it a podcast, literally make it a car podcast. Make sure to subscribe and press the bell so you can stick around. Check out my Etsy shop, Actualizer Co, for all the digital products. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.